easing into not having much time on your hands.
And I'm stoked for the journey.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Zach Gittler.
And my name is Brian Boyd.
Is it?
Yep.
That's right. Yes, he's pre-baby brain. And we are two papas and un mic.
Oh, you're throwing it back to remember the conversation we had about the
Dos
most
Equis.
Interesting man in the world?
Yes, I am the most interesting man in the world.
Yeah, but you totally went back to the old stay thirsty, mis amigos,
Yes.
not stay
True.
thirsty, my friends. That was good.
Yeah,
That was good.
We're just bringing it into other viewers out there. Like we're getting messages. All demographics, all nationalities are hitting us up lately with questions, and we love it. We encourage it. We love what we do, and we want to keep bringing you guys knowledge and content and fun and just goofiness. And that's what we do.
It's sometimes a little serious. So last episode we were a little serious.
I think you're the serious.
Yeah.
You bring the more serious than me.
I do.
Which I appreciate. You got to have the balance, You got to have the balance.
Yeah. And
I'm trying to have more seriousness.
get your shit together, man.
I'm sorry, Dad.
No, but welcome everybody. We're so excited to be here. We're excited that you're here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on your time.
True.
Let's do a little housekeeping.
Yeah.
Make sure, everybody, that you are following us, you're liking us, you're sharing us. That's the most important thing. If you know friends or family that would be interested in our content, please share share our content with them. Get them involved in what we're trying to do, what we're trying to accomplish. And that is to add as much value as we possibly can to the world of parenting through the point of view of some dads. And make sure you're following us on all forms of social media: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. The number 2 Dads on a Mic on all platforms. That's where you can find us. That's where you can like us. That's where you can share us. That's where you can comment.
Every Tuesday night at my house, open mic night with myself. If you guys want to join.
Open mic night with you?
It's just part of my my mental state. What I do every Tuesday.
He just likes to get up in front of his family and talk.
My Taco Tuesday, and it's just me. It's just me in the mirror.
Oh, you're in the mirror.
Yeah, no one wants to hang out.
We might have to do a Facebook Live session on that one.
We should interview ourselves with a mirror.
Interview. I don't know how I would feel about that.
So one thing that I did, or my dad did when growing up, he's got a video of him. There's a softball photo, right? Like an advertisement photo of his softball team. He dressed up in a dress, and he put the black like football marks and a bat, and he's just like sitting here like this. And like a man's man pose, but in a dress, and it like
in a dress,
but it didn't go like a viral because it was back in the day. But like posters were made, and it's like a known thing. And he did an interview with himself, split screen. And I know how to do that because you've seen the videos like what I do with Jess when she asks herself questions. So this is something off the top that like we should do. Like interview your future dad.
Oh, I could do that.
You could ask your future self questions, and then we have to keep the same, set the way it is. And then I will snap you in.
That's good.
It is good.
Oh,
I told you one of the episodes, I think, a couple ago, I want to ask Brian questions right now. So we're still a couple weeks away right now till the birth.
Yeah.
And
it's the 1st of March right now.
I want to ask Brian questions right now, what he thinks of certain things. So if you guys want to fire in, email, DM us, whatever it may be, of like, what do you want to ask Brian pre-dad? And then I'm going to ask him the same question post, like 2 months in, give him a little rest and see how he answers it differently. I think it'd be kind of cool.
Cool. I love that.
Yeah.
One more thing that I want to mention is that this week we are going to be announcing the winner of our Amazon gift card contest. So those people who are sharing, you have to share, you have to like, and you have to comment on our YouTube page. If you're doing that, you'll be entered to win a $50 Amazon gift card. And I'm gonna double that. I'm gonna double that ante. Here's what I'm gonna say. If we use one of your questions in interviewing my future self, we're also going to give you a $50 Amazon
that.
gift
I like
card.
that. I like that.
So those questions that come in, you can submit those questions via Facebook. You can
Anyway.
submit them via Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube. If you submit a question and we use it, we will also put you in a drawing for a $50 Amazon gift card.
You can put a stamp on an envelope and mail the question to us.
I'm not giving you my address.
But back to our sharing thing. We're not releasing our addresses just yet.
I'm not doing that, bro.
Bring it
Hey, send
full
them to
circle.
Zach, everybody.
Yeah.
Send them to Zach.
Yeah, bleep, bleep, bleep. Oceanside, California.
Oh, that's awesome. So update us, man. What's been
Updates.
going on? Last
Last-
time we talked, your wife was on she was on the cruise.
The cruise, yes, she had a blast.
Nice.
Jamaica, Haiti. I could have been on the cruise. I was not, but
Why weren't you?
I was not because I'm a DJ, as you guys know.
DJ Dad.
I had one event a year ago booked on the books. It was a repeat client. I didn't want to cancel on it. I wanted to be nice. And then it turned into like 6. So a lot of events. We had Jess take her mom on the cruise. Amazing time. Super cool. There will be many more cruises, many more vacations ahead of us. So just kind of normal week for me, man. Just,
Well, it's cool though that you took on that responsibility of dadding.
I was just going to say, I was dadding full force.
Well, not only that, you were dadding, DJing, and running the business.
I wish the business was a D, because dadding, DJing, and diligently delegating.
Oh, dang.
I
That
love
was
it.
the alliteration from
Delegating is a new word I've learned in the last 6 months to a year.
Really?
Yeah.
You just learned that word.
Not learn, but it's one of my, if I were to have a New Year's resolution, it'd be get better at delegating.
Well, you know what you need to do that.
Hire employees.
Exactly.
I know. And you've gotten in
And
my
you
brain.
you learn that.
We
Well,
approached
I'm
someone.
I'm just gonna be your consultant. I'm gonna be your business
I'm
growth
okay.
consultant.
I'm okay. Birth consultant?
You'll be that for me.
Yeah, right. We'll trade. Hey, you want to barter?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Bartering.
Barter. That's awesome.
So, anything else?
Nah, just normal week, baby, preschool, working, selling women's clothing, DJing events, and just loving what I do.
Nice. I love it, man. Well,
How about
let's
you,
see.
bud?
We've got 16 days till the actual date.
The actual push out the lady hole?
Yeah, that's the push out date. Whether it happens that date or not, I'm sure it won't. As I'm sure most of you.
It could happen in 1 hour.
It could.
Could you imagine?
Oh my God, that
What if it happened right now?
That'd be amazing.
If it happened right now, you know what would go down?
What?
You'd have the best documented birth
Oh,
story
I
ever.
would tell you
Because
to grab the camera,
it would
jump in
never-
the car with us. Let's go.
It'd be live. It would never be uncut to show the transitioning is not cut. It would never
It may
go
happen.
off. It would never, but the battery might die, and people then would be
Dude,
like,
we'll
"Okay,
just go.
cut."
We'll go straight to phone.
Do you remember last episode we were talking about like your tour of the hospital?
Right.
Did they tell you about your meals and stuff that you get at all?
Well, they said we get 3 meals a day.
But did they say like the after birth meal? Like you get like
No.
a steak dinner?
No.
We did.
No.
Yeah. You're at a different hospital, but they're like, yeah, like, was it? I think it was the next day or the night of. I think you have a choice of a steak dinner. And keep in mind, like we don't, our hospitals are nothing like fancy schmancy where we went. We're just whatever, the city hospital. But yeah, they're like, you get a steak dinner. I was so exhausted I couldn't even eat.
Well, that's what everybody says. And what they said is that you're going to want to stay in the hospital as long as possible because you have as much help as you need. And
It's
then when you
true.
go home, it's real.
The when you said last episode of like, what are you scared on, or when I asked you, it's for us, it was literally when we walked out of she has to be legally pushed out in a wheelchair, but when you get up and like they give you the baby, that's when it hits you.
You're
that's
like,
a
"Oh,
big
shit."
moment. That's not the moment, but it's one of the moments of
Yeah.
like, wait, I'm taking my child.
Yeah.
When I drove home, oh my goodness.
Were you like 10 and 2?
Speed bumps. I'm like, you catch me now. I'm like, I fly speed bumps. I'm like, I got a lease car. I'm like, I'm dipping, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
you're. Am I gonna break the baby? That's a lot. You get. I wonder what stage. Or
I got
year-
a good car seat, man. I ain't worried.
You will. You will.
I'll be gentle. I will be gentle.
You just think you're gonna break the baby.
Yeah,
I think,
but
I mean,
you know
I
what?
went through it. Another.
I think about this stuff a lot. I really do. I think about these moments in my life where I'm going to be interacting with my child in a way, and I tell myself I'm going to do it a certain way, and I hope that I am, because of course I'm going to be gentle with the child in the car. I'm always going to be aware and gentle. But at the end of the day, like, I've also heard so many things from parents and friends that are like, oh yeah, with the first kid I was like this, and then with the second kid I was like, yeah, screw it. I was like blah, blah, blah. And I don't want to be, I think maybe a better word is, I'm not going to be that super overprotective, like worry about everything type of parent. I'm not going to be that way. I've worked with kids for a long time, and I've worked with kids in different scenarios, in different age groups, in different situations. I've seen kids run straight into walls. I've seen kids fall off a counter, roll over and fall right on the ground. I've seen kids do all sorts of crazy things, and then I've seen them rise.
I wonder how many people are watching this like, doesn't matter.
But that's what I'm saying is like, I've seen it happen, and I've also seen kids, they just bounce back. Because
Yeah.
that's what kids do. So I don't feel like I'm that type of person. Where with you, how much had you worked with kids before you had a kid?
The only kid working, I mean, I like coached soccer teams, and not babies, but like, ran kids camps here and there. I mean, I was around them, but babies are just different. I mean, like, you're going to be totally fine from me knowing you, but everything you do think, as I said from the first episode, just don't expect anything. I mean, like, it's kind of not in the same category, but like, just don't worry. I mean, like, you aren't worrying because it's like, it's not gonna
I'm worried
be,
about the birth, like we talked about last time.
Yeah, that's
going to see a placenta drop on the ground.
That's no worries at all. But like, you're so overwhelmed because people probably haven't seen you now in this world of like, structured, organized,
Right.
planner, but you can't plan a lot of this. You can't. You can think you are planning a lot of it, but it's good to have that, because then at least you have something like, well, at least I did that.
Right.
But when it happens, you just, which you will, and I tell Jess, my wife, all the time, is like, look, we got to this stage in our lives, pre-baby, for what? For how did we? Because we are who we are, and we believe what we believe, and we do what we do. Just, that's all you have to focus on. That's it. Like when shit hits the fan, it's like it's hard here and there. But like that first moment when you have a baby, just, you're gonna be fine. But just don't expect like, I'm gonna be
super chill, man. It is what it is.
It's it'll be what it'll be.
It's gonna rock my
It'll
world.
be what it'll be. And
Well, and
it'll rock
I
your
think
world.
another thing that's, I wouldn't say it's concerning to me, but it's definitely on my brain, is the sleep deprivation. The not getting the sleep that I normally do and all that stuff. But I think this is a perfect segue.
Yes.
Like it always is with our
Segue that.
We're so good at segueing.
Segue. We should do an episode on a Segway.
How do you segue? How do you segue into
Have you ever ridden a Segway? You know what I'm talking about?
Have I written a Segway?
Ridden. That's what they're called. The two-wheel machines, that the handlebar. Those are called Segways.
What are you talking about?
So you know what I'm talking about. You might call them something different.
I call it a bicycle.
No. So like the motorized, you lean forward, you lean back, kind of handlebar. Those are called Segways.
They are?
Those are called Segways.
What, the ones you stand on?
That you see like in
Have
California.
you done that?
No. But those are called Segways.
We should do a Two Dads on a
That's
Mic
what I mean,
episode
like-
on a Segway. We should segue on a Segway.
Put a microphone, like lapel us and just microphone around.
We can segue together.
All of a sudden, it's like commercial break because I just ran a new car. It's like,
Those things are weird.
I've never tried one. I want. You know what else I want? I want the motorized skateboard. I grew up skateboarding like crazy, and I keep seeing around the neighborhood like kids that are dipping.
Wait, kids got motorized skateboards? I don't think I've ever seen one.
Teenagers.
Really?
Oh yeah.
They're rocking them.
Full on, like they're motorized, like just in your remote control hand, like.
You remote control it?
Well, the power, yeah, because you're not pushing. It's remote control, and you just got to
Do
get
you
balanced.
lean on it though?
No,
to
it's
turn?
not. So that's a segue.
How does it turn?
Well, no, you turn. You move.
Okay, like a
but
normal
you just,
skate.
Just power. It's powered. by
Really?
Dude.
Okay.
Think about like your transportation to work. If you live in the
Well,
city.
I've seen the bikes. I've ridden the bikes. The
my
Pedagos.
my uncle sells them.
A Pedigo?
Yeah.
Pedagos are dope.
There's a. You know what? Remind me later to ask my uncle what the what the brand of the because I've ridden one and I think I told you like he's like go take it for a spin. I took it for a spin. I came back. Dang, that thing is so fast. Like
Pedegos go like
but see,
25 miles an hour.
I used it in the way you're not supposed to use it. I used it as like a moped, like a scooter. I just like he's like no, you're supposed to pedal. And the energy is supposed to kick in when you need it for that hill or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
You know,
we just did a really bad job at segueing.
Hey, we segued into the segue.
We just segued into a topic that has nothing
I
to
didn't
do with
invent
anything.
the segue. Okay.
You are the ultimate non-seguer.
I know I am.
Because you segue into something that is completely off topic.
Hashtag unsegue.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes, unsegue.
So anyway, we're going to talk about when you become a dad. So when you become a dad, and I really wanted to pose this question to you first. You have a child. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to ask you this question to share with our audience. So what is your opinion on when do you become a dad?
When did I become a dad? I would say like again, you know, in what way? Because there's different categories. But
No, we're not going into categories here. Just tell the audience, when did you become a dad? When do you feel like you become a dad?
When that baby was given to us to leave the hospital, I might change my mind later on, but I think I might do that because pre-baby, you know, in the pregnancy, as we've spoken about, you know, like when do you become pregnant kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, not much work was done by me in that. I wasn't taking care of the baby yet. I was taking care of my wife who was taking care of the baby. But I would say like when I was given the baby from the hospital. And
that was just like that moment.
Here you go. I think that's
good luck.
Yeah, but they do that on purpose. I've researched that further, like because wake up, become an adult. It's your baby. You'll figure it out.
Ooh,
literally.
I love that, become an adult, because we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But
yes.
Okay.
What about you?
Well, I think I have a different outlook on this, and rightfully so,
Yeah.
right? I don't have a kiddo yet.
No.
But my opinion is I'm a dad already. And, you know, for those of you out there that are listening to this or have a wife that's pregnant or a wife that's planning to be pregnant or a wife that already has a kiddo, you know, Molly and I went through something that isn't talked about a lot. It's not talked about as much as it should be. And we were actually pregnant. I'm going back to we were pregnant.
Yep.
Right? And this might help alleviate some of that stress.
You're
that people
backing
are
up
seeing,
what you were saying,
right?
probably, yeah.
We were pregnant earlier in 2017. We found out that we were pregnant. And unfortunately, after 8 weeks, we went in for our very first ultrasound.
8 weeks.
8 weeks. We went in for our very first ultrasound. And I will never forget this moment. It was the first time we had been pregnant. And we were Molly was laying on the bed, the reclinable bed chair thing. Bed chair. That works, right?
The bear.
I love how we just put words together. And it was the very first time we were supposed to see the child and the heartbeat. And it was a week after Easter. And the reason I remember that is because we had actually told our entire family on Easter that we were pregnant. And so it was the next week that we were going in for our first ultrasound for the baby's heart. And everybody was excited. We had told everybody. We were excited. And being in that hospital room, it's dark, it's chilly. Your excitement is overwhelming, especially for the first time.
Yeah, yeah.
And the doctor does the procedure and is searching and searching and searching. And it's literally seconds that feel like hours. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, this feeling came over me that I'd never had before. And I saw a look on my wife's face that I had never seen before. Mm-hmm. And I kept looking at my wife, and I kept looking at the doctor, and I kept looking at my wife, and then I kept looking at the doctor. And the doctor was quiet. She didn't say anything for, I don't know how long it was. It literally felt like hours. It was probably seconds, 10, 20, 30 seconds. And she said to Molly that she couldn't find a heartbeat. But we could see the fetus on the ultrasound. And Molly lost it. She completely just started bawling. Mm-hmm. And I felt at that moment the most helpless that I've ever felt as a husband. Like there was nothing that I could do to alleviate her pain.
Yeah.
And the doctor said, I want to send you down to another specialist that has another machine that can kind of diagnose this a little bit further, which, to be honest with you, I don't know if that was a good thing or not, because it was this.
Well, like gives you hope for.
That was it. Yep.
It's not confirmed yet because there's this other testing you
there's
need to
this do. There's this ray of hope that you're thinking like maybe this isn't real.
Well, plus who you are as a person of like good and this and bad doesn't happen, and it's like how could this even be possible? So now, oh no, it's not gonna happen because we're gonna go to this other test and it's gonna confirm that we're good.
Yeah. So we immediately we go down. They make this appointment into this other doctor's office. We go down. We have to like go immediately into this other room. We have to meet with this nurse that we've never met before. And the transition from the first doctor's office to the second doctor's office was almost as difficult as the initial finding out that there was no heartbeat, because I could see in Molly's face that there was hope. Mm-hmm. And that was crushing me, because inside I'm a realist.
Mm-hmm. You already prepared for the worst.
I was totally prepared for the worst. And she is an optimist. And I could see her saying like, okay, this isn't going to happen. This isn't going to happen. We're good. And then it had to happen all over again. True. And they had to go through the entire procedure again. And to witness that twice within an hour.
True.
And to watch my wife go through that angst, and then to feel the emotions that I had twice within that hour. And my wife is on the what they would call the older side of having a child. She's 35 years old. So it's higher risk, mm-hmm. right? She at that point shared with me that she didn't know if she would ever be able to have children, and that it was very hard for her. I didn't know what to do. I honestly didn't know what to do. And so when this topic was brought up to us, when do you become a dad? I feel that when you conceive, when you have a child that is in the body of your partner, I feel like that's the moment when you become a dad, because the emotional connection that you have to not only your partner, but to the being that is growing within them it's real, and you have to take care of them. And I think that's what being a dad is you have to take care of something else. Mm-hmm. And in that moment where I was in the hospital room with my wife and we were going through that, I didn't just have to take care of my wife. I had to then relive that experience twice. I had to then go to the hospital with her afterwards to have that being removed from her. And it was one of the most difficult things that I've ever had to do in my life.
Plus, you don't have control, which you guys have been used to for a long time.
Right.
Just you plan what you guys want, kind of thing, and you expect what and you pretty much 99.9% of the time get what you want. Where it wasn't that way this time, and it's like it's a reality check,
right?
In a weird way, like I get it, and I think from your side, I do agree. Of like, I would have probably thought that I became a dad that day.
Yeah, and I couldn't imagine someone telling Molly at that point that she had never been a mom. So what would give someone the right to tell me that I had never been a dad?
True.
To go through that, to have to be that emotional support. And I think through the pregnancy, as you've realized, like you've got to turn into something that you've never been before. Mm-hmm. Right? When your wife or your partner is pregnant, you have to be something different than what you've ever been in your relationship. And I think that is the point where you become a dad. You have to start developing empathy for not only your wife, but for what's happening to her. You have to start developing, well, never really empathy, but sympathy, because we can never actually empathize.
Yeah.
With what they're going through, but the sympathy for sure. And you've got to start changing your mindset. And I think that's what being a dad is. It's about changing your mindset. It's about changing who you are as a person. It's about changing the way you view the world. It's about changing the way that you think about things. It's about changing the way that you live. It's about changing the way that you want to be.
Yeah, I agree. You're changing now my view a little bit, because I think it does come down to when do you change and alter the way you've lived your life for the past 30, 40, 20 plus years of your life. And when you start doing that and restructuring, then whether it be, a baby or you move somewhere different, I'm kind of now teeter-tottering on like when do you become a dad. When something drastic like that happens, it definitely full force, shoves you into one direction, I think, of how you think and view it. But yeah, I kind of, how did I, like, now that I think of it, how did I alter my life and change my life when she was pregnant? Not that much, like just being there for her, but I always was there for her. But just maybe our lifestyle change, but that's doable.
But think about the ways you had to be there for her, right? You were because I'm experiencing that now.
Yeah, true.
Right, I'm there for her. It's funny. Like we're just sitting on the couch hanging out, and I got to put my hand on that belly.
Oh, dude.
What I mean?
Hey, when Molly shows up, like, give me the belly. I literally, and it scares me in a way. Not scares me, but like my dad passed 2 years. Maybe 3 years.
Was that 2 years?
It may be in 3 now.
No, Aria was like 1, bro. It was her 1-year-old birthday party.
It was.
It was.
Yeah, it was the 1 year. Yeah, it was that night.
Right.
But I remember growing up, like, they say, like, don't just go up to a woman and whatever. My dad, if he saw a belly, he would go right up to the belly, not knowing her, and just start rubbing it.
Really?
And they'd be all good with it. Because of his persona of how he, like, approached them.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even really say anything.
Yeah.
He just... But I'm the same way. Well, something about the belly is super just...
It's cool, man.
Insane.
And I would have never touched Molly's belly before she was pregnant, man. I'd get punched in the face.
True.
I'd get punched in the face if I'd have touched her belly.
But I'm wondering,
what are
like,
you touching that for?
I think it also has to do with like that first time of having a child, because again, it goes back to like you're used to a certain life and a certain way of doing what you do day by day, and now it's just altered.
Yeah,
it's just like there's a being inside that body, and to witness that is like, I still don't even think it's real. Like that can happen.
Right.
Like I even joke. I'm like, Mom, I was dropped off at the front step. You just tell me the
store.
Truth. I know. You're like, yeah, I was a store. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I love that movie. Yeah, it's just it's nuts. But like, I would say, coming back to it with what you say, all I had to alter for me was, my eating habits, one, and just lifestyle. But the lifestyle also factored into like, wow, I'm so thankful. Like my lifestyle is healthier, because let's say we're not going out as much or drinking as much, let's say. And it was great. But yeah, when something drastic happens, like in your world, it does have a different outlook. So
yeah, well, I don't want to portray this as like woe is me type of sentiment or mentality, because that's not the purpose here. Purpose is to draw awareness to this. And one of the things that is really important to Molly about this topic, and to be honest with you, I'd love to have her on to talk about this if people are intrigued on that.
She will.
Because she would be more than happy to do it. And for this sole reason is that one thing she found, she had nobody to relate to. She had nobody around her that was, maybe I shouldn't say nobody, but very few that were willing to talk about.
Relatable.
relatable
Like
that
anybody
we're
will
willing
listen.
to talk
Yeah,
about
everybody
it.
will listen to you, but like you take that one person that has gone through it, maybe.
Well, and there's people in her life, I guarantee you, that have gone through this that weren't willing to share with her that they had gone through this. There were people that were willing to, and that was a huge benefit to her. And one thing that she hopes because of this, and the reason she's okay with me talking about it, is that she wants people to know that you get through it. You struggle, but it's okay. And these things happen. And in fact, they happen a lot more commonly than you would think miscarriages happen.
Well, why do you think people always say, like, talk to people, journal, this, that? I mean, like, the simplest task is at your grasp to just feel better.
Right.
Talk to someone.
Right. Share
Literally,
your story.
Just share. I was gonna say
Share.
I was gonna say sharenting, but it's not like our last episode. No,
It's not
different,
like
totally.
sharenting.
But like it literally,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of easy things at your grasp to make life better.
Right. And she shared with me just the other day, she had a client come in to the salon, and the client was had just been through this same thing. And she felt blessed that she was able to empathize with that client, share with the client what she had gone through, and she said that it was very therapeutic for her client
I
to
bet.
know that someone else had gone through that she trusted.
and she had no idea while telling Molly.
No idea. She had
And
no idea when she was telling
and who
Molly
would
that
have known
Molly had been
by
through it.
just sharing a little bit with someone that you feel confident with, the relapse, the fire back to you is, oh, I went through it too. Look at how much better her life will be, and her day, I bet, was amazing.
Yeah,
day.
well, she's and Molly's sitting there with an 8-month big old belly in front of her, and touching her belly to her, like, dude, rub my belly. Let's rub bellies. Let's make this happen in your body, because it's possible.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's nothing to be ashamed of. And that was one of the things that I really had to work with Molly, is letting her know and just giving her that reinforcement that you didn't do anything wrong, right? And the doctor said that. It wasn't Molly, this wasn't you. There was something happening with the development of the baby, and your body was like, shut it down.
But it's very quick to like, I did this.
Absolutely.
Especially with a pregnancy. Are you kidding
Molly
me?
thought that she didn't.
Yeah.
She
I
thought she
shouldn't
had
have had
like
that-
got out of the car too
Yeah,
hard,
yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't have sat down on the couch so fast. Like crazy things that absolutely no way would have caused that to happen. But in her mind, first time ever pregnant, first time in a situation, and that had never happened before. My aunt was a big help in this situation. She had also gone through 2 miscarriages
her go-to,
before
like-
she had ever had her first child.
Was she tight with your aunt already?
Oh, we're very tight.
Okay. So even
And
better.
Aunt Julie,
Yeah.
ain't nothing but
Thank
love
you,
for
Aunt-
you.
Thank you, Aunt Julie.
You my girl.
I'll meet you sometime.
Yeah, homie. But she had gone through similar situations,
Yeah.
and for my wife to talk with her, a huge help. So ladies, if you are out there, if you have gone through something like this, my ask of you is to talk about it.
Yes.
Share it. Make it known, because there are women out there that need your support. They need your knowledge. They need your understanding. And it's only going to help them and add value to them in their lives.
Yes, 100%. Always just verbalize. Find someone you can talk to, whether they've gone through it or not. Whatever it is, miscarriage, something in life, just talk about it. I mean, it's never keep things bottled up. It'll just explode.
So on a lighter side of things, now that we've kind of gone to the to that place,
Yes.
which is okay. I'm glad that we're able to talk about these things.
Hence, we're talking about it.
Right.
You know?
And I hope that more people do that.
And one day you will meet our wives. They're real.
Well, they've heard Molly.
They've heard Molly.
They've heard-
She was in the first episode, like just popping in.
Yeah,
in the
she
back.
just kind of ran through the background. That's right. But we'll definitely be introducing the wives.
They'll interview us.
Oh, they have to have a wife off.
Oh, that's
remember?
Right. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
So this kind of leads us into our second topic for today, which is adulting.
Adulting.
And when I brought up adulting to you, you'd never heard of it.
All these words I don't know about, but I mean,
It's because you're old. I told you, I'm the one that has to bring you back.
But
our demographic.
I'm Benjamin Button though. I'm old right now, but I get younger with age. I've been called Benjamin Button, and I've also been called Peter Pan. So I like Peter Pan better because I will always stay a kid. And
Don't lose your shadow though.
No, I don't care about the shadow. I'm just always going to be Peter Pan.
Okay.
I don't-
Peter Pan loses his shadow.
I don't care. I'm always going to be a kid, period.
That's true. That's why I keep you around.
Yeah.
He is. You are my fountain of youth.
Yes. Adulting, I'm continuously
So
adulted.
so the Urban Dictionary.
Yes.
What
What does it say?
definition of adulting is this. Adulting, it's a verb, to carry out one or more of the duties and responsibilities expected of fully developed individuals.
A lot of big words here.
So let me say that one more time. To carry out one or more of the duties and responsibilities. I love how it says one or more.
True.
Like that's a very
Just conquer one,
small. Like that's having a job.
It's Urban Dictionary.
Expected of fully developed individuals. So it gives some examples. Paying off that credit card debt. Settling beef without blasting social media, right?
True.
Exclusively used by those who adult less than 50% of the time. So adulting is a term that's used by adults that adult less than 50% of the time. What are your thoughts on that?
This is like with kids and without kids. I mean, 'cause
Totally.
The descriptions you just gave were like nothing kid involved at all, really. You know what I mean?
Well, it could be.
But yeah, it definitely could, play a factor. But I mean, adulting is like just become an adult. I mean, I become an adult, and I'm very
I think
happy.
it's a bullshit thing.
I kind of do
I think
too.
it's a stupid thing.
I think it's just common sense. Like if you don't adult in certain ways, like I will never adult when it becomes to being a kid, meaning enjoying life, goofing around, just being, who I want to be in that way. But when it comes to like finances or paying off credit cards, I've factored my routes into that a long time ago, and it does benefit you a lot.
Are there times though that you find yourself not adulting in regards to the things that you should be adulting? Here's a great sentence on Urban Dictionary. It says, "I was gonna buy a sack of Blue Dream." What is Blue Dream?
Blue Dream. We live in California. I'm gonna guess that has to do with the marijuana industry. I'm gonna guess.
Very good. So I was gonna buy a sack of Blue Dream, but I finally got my oil changed instead. Adulting.
Sure. See, I will hack adulting, and I would say to someone who said that to me, like, good for you. But how about if you really want that Blue Dream and you have to get the oil change, what else are you doing in your life to get both?
Right.
That's what I would.
Ooh, I like that.
I would dive deep.
Got to get a side hack going, a side hustle
And
going
I would
on.
just say,
you got to get both.
I would just say, why can't you have both?
Why can't you?
Why can't you?
Yeah.
I asked myself that a long time ago. And once you get on that path, for me, things just escalate. And then you're like, I'm going to have two of each for me.
Two of each of what?
I don't know, whatever I want.
Like that hat?
Yeah. For sure. What's wrong with my hat, dude?
No, I love your hat.
I was like, what's
I've
up?
never seen you wear a brimmed hat before.
True. I got a couple of them, too.
Really?
Yeah. I can change it up.
I've seen you wear the fedora.
I almost shaved my face. I'm not going to lie. Every time.
You almost took
this
off
is
the beard?
This is a known thing.
That would be adulting.
Every time Jess has gone out of town for a while, I shave my beard. And for the viewers out
I've never
there,
seen you without a shave, with a
last
with
time
a
I
baby
shaved my
face.
beard was,
Is it because of the gray?
I would say, more than a year and a half ago. No. I just my beard grows very fast.
Did you get the gray after Aria?
I would say, yeah.
Dude,
Does it happen because of Arya?
I think it
don't
does.
so. I don't know.
I think it does.
But just like I said, in everywhere, I embrace it. I love it.
why didn't you shave it?
I don't know. I didn't. I don't know. Because I
Are you scared?
When I shave my face, you will not recognize me.
Should we
But
both shave?
Actually, no, the truth is this.
I meant to shave today.
No,
I got neck growth going
the
on.
The truth is because I wanted to use it to my advantage. That's honest to truth. Meaning social media, business, what I do.
Why do your advantage?
Because I want to be like on our other world of selling clothing, or we do what we do. I'm like, I want to have a contest. Okay, if we do this, whatever, I will shave my beard. Kind of thing. Why not kill two birds with one stone and use it to my advantage?
I would like it if you just shaved the mustache.
No, dude.
Left the beard.
There's photos of me of like this and just this. Oh my.
No. Leave it all,
Movember.
but the mustache.
Dude, you want to say pervert out loud to me? I don't know, dude. And my work, when I DJ, I have a work van. It's a white van. And we literally,
that would not go good.
People joke with me
That
like
would not go
the man
good.
van, and I back in the day, like when people used to visit, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pick you up in a white van. Like, dude, why do you have a perv van? But it's a van that I carry all my equipment in. It's just white, whatever. But no.
What would your contest be?
Something-
If we asked our
something
audience, right, and we're like, okay, guys, throw it out there. What would the contest be? What would be a good contest for to Zach to shave the beard? What would it be?
I'm gonna leave that.
Would
up
you
to
shave your head?
No,
I have a really awkward head.
no. My younger brother is the only one in our family that has shaved his. I've shaved my head.
You have.
And you have to have the right head and proportioned body. I'm very particular of I'm like, yep, you can wear a shaved head. You know, you can do that. You know, like I just
Michael
don't have
Jordan did.
I don't have the body type and the structures to do it. And I thought that like 15 years ago. So now, hell no. My little brother, he could do it. He did it. But I shaved my head once at a friend's college when I was like 22, and it was like a Saturday. All you college people out there, it was like a Saturday festival, kind of whatever.
Not
and
adulting.
we came home. We're like, let's do it. I'm like, cool. And I looked at him like, damn, man, you look cool. I'm like, oh my god, why did I shave my head? But part of life. Happy.
That's adult. That's not adulting.
Yeah, and the only way to learn how to adult is to learn from not adulting.
Totally. I agree. I think that is a great point.
Best education you can get.
It is. To learn how to adult is by not adulting, screwing up, being screwed, not having money, not having gas in your car. I mean, all those things.
It goes back to parenting your child. How does your kids learn? From their mistakes, but you have to let them learn from their mistakes.
Right. You can help them along the way, though. You know, you can give them advice. Yep. But at the end of the day, those kids aren't going to listen to you.
But one of the hardest things to do is to not do it for them.
Yeah.
Because you're so engulfed in energy and no sleep and whatever it may be, that's like, man, it's so much easier to do this. And
right.
Even like what was it? Like when Jess was on the cruise, when it was just me and my mom, watching Aria, and it was one day where it was just, she's testing. Like I'm talking testing where I'm like, it's time for nap. She's like, no. I mean, she's saying it like that, and then I look on the monitor, and she just throws like something. She takes the monitor and like moves the camera, and she makes the look. Everybody that has kids knows these looks of like testing the crap out of you. And I go out of the room, and my mom's like, well, this and that, whatever. I'm like, no. I like when this happens because it's a teaching moment.
Right.
And it's the early stages, from what I think, is when the critical moments of teaching happen. And I will sit there. You gotta hack your time. So whether it be reading a book, go ahead, check social media, whatever, but like let them cry it out a little bit, learn their lesson.
Let them freak out.
Go in there, and then I talk to her, and I'm like, do you know why you had a calm down? And she'll I have to let her explain it, because when you tell the child that, they're of course going to agree with you, because coming back to the last episode, it's the tone you use that they know the tone, I think, more than anything. And they're like, yes. Yeah, they have you could say anything you want to them.
Yeah.
And they would say yes. So it's more so, it's just everything. I think every episode we've ever talked about, it's just the education. It's literally everything is lacking of education.
Got it right. Learning. Parent lesson number 1 from DJ Zach.
I'm learning myself. I love
DJ Dad.
I love this, man. I can't wait to rewatch this to learn more.
I love that. That's awesome. Well, that's about all we have for you guys. We got March Madness coming up. So dads out there,
who's in the pool? Who's your picks?
Yeah,
who knows?
Yeah, let us know who you guys got. We're excited to talk about that in the future.
True.
See who comes out. We love the college basketball. So dads, enjoy the March Madness. We'll touch base on it next episode. But make sure you follow us, you like us, you share our content, you comment, give us questions, anything that you guys have. The number 2, Dads on a Mic, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Make sure you do all of that. Other than that, I think
that's it.
That's all we got for today.
Adios, amigos.
Thank you for joining us. Have an amazing rest of your day. 2 Dads on a Mic.
We're out.